Hey everyone.
Hey.
Let me see. We got a lot of people on the chat. Goodness gracious. Okay, y'all. So, John, oh my OMG, what is going on with this 90-day fiance stuff?
Well, it's been like a doozy of a day, I have to say. But the big news of the day is that Larissa was terminated from her 90-day fiance contract.
Okay, so let me just give the folks the backstory, y'all. We just got off our live like maybe 3 or 2 hours ago.
We sure did.
We recapped the Real Housewives of New York live. And then I get a frantic phone call from John as soon as we get off. And he's like, Monica, I got some tea to spill. Larissa has been fired. So I was like, John, do you have the receipts? Because this is a serious, thing to say. You just can't drop the firebomb and not have some receipts. He said, yes, he got a phone call directly from an insider, one of the producers of TLC, that gave him the tea. And John has a very close relationship with this producer. So when he told me that, it was legit. John, let's dive into it.
Um, you know, Larissa's been a hot button issue like the last week, I'd say. She got arrested on Saturday, and I know a lot of people don't believe it, and we went live speaking about that over the weekend, so that was already an issue. And today I get the word that Larissa will no longer be employed by TLC and Sharp. It had everything to do with her recent live on Cam Soda, which is porn adjacent, or if not full porn. Listen, I'm gay. I don't watch girls put oil on them and jiggle around, but you know what it is. It's porn or porn adjacent. So TLC was not happy with that, and they gave her the boot because of it. You there, Monica?
I'm here, honey. So the porn got Larissa terminated. What a shame. You and I talk a lot behind the scenes about 90 Day Fiance, and we both know, you and I, behind the scenes, that Eric was the one person behind pushing Larissa to do the Cam Soda and the OnlyFans and busting it wide open for, the public to see. And now this is what it's caused. She's lost her job. This is terrible.
And I could only imagine how devastated Larissa is over it because, this was her livelihood. And we all know that 90 Day Fiance, doesn't pay much to the cast. So, cast members have to either work. Most of the cast members have full-time jobs, unless you're Darcy or Pow, the bigger ones who can really make a living off of this. Pretty much for everybody else, they either have to have full-time jobs or they need to make money in other avenues, because this is not a living in itself.
Right. The salary alone, we talked about that the last live. It's only $75K for the entire season. And you can't live off of that. Where she makes her money is from the social media posts, the Cam Soda deals, the OnlyFans. And we talked about her making $100,000 off the Cam Soda deal,
and she made that in 1 hour. It wasn't even $100,000. She made $100,000 in a singular hour, in an hour.
Now, as a result of her losing her job, this will directly impact her being deported. Well, she was already in deportation. That was underway. That process was already underway. And now I think it's going to speed things up even further.
I mean, it's not going to help things, that's for sure. You know what I mean? I don't blame Larissa for, trying to make money in other places. Listen, if Cam Soda came to me and said, John, I'll give you $100,000 to jiggle your twingenberries for an hour. Help, sign me up. I'll do it right now. Give it to me. Like, hello.
Right. This is just devastating news. How will this affect Colty and Debbie and their storylines?
I'm sure Colt and Debbie are having a celebration party as we speak. I'm sure that the cats are blowing out candles. Vanessa is probably doing her own Cam Soda show topless on the dining room table while Colt and Debbie eat sushi off her. I'm just trying to give you a visual. I'm sure, I'm sure they're more than happy that this has happened to Larissa. But listen, I don't know. Monica.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. And here's the thing, I'll just keep going. There are other, and this has been said in the comments and stuff like that. So I want to address this. I want to address a couple of things. There are other cast members who are on OnlyFans and, do provocative things for money. My first idea is Stephanie. Stephanie Stephanie is on OnlyFans, and there was back when their season was airing. I saw a post on Reddit where Stephanie was full on naked and masturbating, and I said, "Wow." And I said, "Okay, that's not something you see every day." And I went to I messaged Stephanie, and I said, "Hey, girl." And I can send you the screenshot of the conversation. I said, "Hey, girl, just FYI, I just saw you masturbating on Reddit. Happy Saturday." That's exactly what I said to Stephanie. And, she told me that she's like, "You know what? That's what's part of the business, and I'll get it taken care of." So, I mean, for Larissa to get dismissed for just showing her tatas on a Cam Soda special is a bit of a stretch. But my other reasoning with that is that, Stephanie, when she got hired to be on the show, was already established on OnlyFans and was already I don't want to call her a porn actress. Is it I mean, it's, what do you call it?
Porn.
Yeah. I'm not trying to knock Stephanie. She makes a hell of a good living off of it. She posted that she made $48,000 in 2 weeks. So, I mean, and listen, she just bought a house and a car and whatever. But Stephanie was already established as a porn actress before they had hired her. And I think that's where the difference is. Larissa has been a mainstay on this this network and this show for 3-4 seasons now. And they don't want one of production and Sharp hold the people unhappily to a much higher level than they do the rest of the cast. Happily is the upper echelon of 90 Day Fiance cast members. They get paid the most. Everyone who's on Happily gets paid the most on that show per episode than anybody else.
Oh my goodness. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness. People are saying in the chat that it has to be more than just OnlyFans and Cam Soda. No, believe it or not, Larissa is the only one that's publicly doing it. OnlyFans is private.
Exactly.
The stuff that Stephanie does is private, but Cam Soda is public, and TLC can't have pornography, nudity, and that kind of thing associated with their brand. So it's 100% legit that they would can her over the Cam Soda deal. That's where she crossed the line.
and they weren't happy with that. I think that they'd warned her prior to that like, listen, you can't do this. There's like a big morals clause in their contract that's saying you can't like uh, act out in pornography. And I think Larissa, seeing Stephanie and whoever else who's doing it said, well, why are they different than me? So Larissa went ahead and did it, and that was the end result. I mean, like Cam Soda is very like it's a very public forum.
It is.
Like you said, Monica.
That's the difference. OnlyFans is private. You have to pay for it. Cam Soda was public, and it was done on Instagram, right? Instagram stories.
Well, it was on the Instagram stories, but I think it was on their Cam Soda page.
Okay.
You just don't make $100,000 in an hour from something. You know what I mean? Like that's
Right.
what she made. That's what she made that's more than she made in all of her seasons of 90 Day Fiance combined. I mean, that paycheck in 1 hour of work.
My issue with this whole thing is I don't care what you do in your private life. I'm just disgusted at the fact that Eric is pimping Larissa out. He's the one that's taken her down this sleazy road to make money. He's using her for her money, promises of marrying her, promises of staying in the country. But even if he marries her, that deportation process is still underway. She's going to still be deported and have to reapply for another visa. And I don't know what she's going to do now after she gets deported. I doubt they're going to let her back in this country and approve another K-1 visa.
Well, I mean, I do know that she has a work visa. And I'm sure that she got like 1099 or like, I'm sure like, Cam Soda didn't give her $100K off, just under the table in cash. I mean, I'm sure that was documented with, IRS. Also, like, I know that Larissa, makes money off cameos. I have a Cameo account, and people say, oh, you get paid from Cameo. And like that's just money on the table. No, I got a W-2 from Cameo, and I had to file my Cameo earnings with the government. I just feel bad because, like I said, like with Stephanie, and I don't mean to keep singling out Stephanie, but once you see a girl masturbate who's a cast member, that kind of just sticks in your head. You know what I mean? So. I feel like it's a little unfair to Larissa to have that taken from her because of the Cam Soda. And I think like, I didn't watch the Cam Soda. Again, that's not my cup of tea. But I think that she did pop her tatas out for like a hot minute. And I think that's when TLC said, oh no, we can't have this. But now, Monica, like I showed you last night that Brittany went live on her IG and had her nipples out.
Disgusting. Yeah, you sent that to me. She's another one that's soon to be out the door if she keeps that crap up. It's disgusting.
I mean, like, and I try not to mention Brittany like at all because of what happened between me and her. But, there are so many other cast members doing more horrible things than Larissa's doing. And I don't want to really go back into like what happened between me and Brittany, but Brittany said horrible things and she's still going strong. Lisa Ham got fired for a lot less than what Brittany's pulling. I'll say that much.
See, now that she has no job, because for those that are asking, Cam Soda are live sex webcams. So you're in your home and you're masturbating or you're stripping it down and busting it wide open in front of a webcam for, millions to see. That's what Cam Soda is. But now that she's been fired from TLC, her work visa that was issued by INS will be revoked. Is that correct?
Listen, I could not confirm that. Like, I don't have an answer for that. I don't know.
Unless she can find another job.
I mean, if she's still working and getting paid from somebody, I mean, she can go to Denny's tomorrow and be a waitress, right? And she'll be working. I mean, not saying that she's going to go to Denny's, but like as long as she continues to work. I know, like when you're 1099, like with Cameo, you're 1099. With probably with Cam Soda, you're 1099. And anything that obviously any money that you make off the internet, you're 1099. Like YouTube, you're 1099. They don't take taxes out. So I don't know if they're looking at stuff that automatically reflects what's coming in. But she is working. So I don't know. Yeah.
But I know there's certain categories that are acceptable for her to work. There are parameters for her to work in. You can't come here and do stuff like Cam Soda and all that stuff and it be considered a full-time. That's like prostitution. I don't think every work visa has to be approved. They want to know there's criteria. They want to know what type of work you're doing. I don't think that sex work alone is going to keep her work visa status intact. Kat Ander, thank you so much for the $19.99.
Oh my God, Kat, again, you twice on Roni. Like, thank you so much.
She's amazing. Thank you, honey. And also, Jay Keto, thank you so much for the $4.99. She says, happy Friday, John and Monica with the tea. Yes, child, we got the tea.
Always.
We got the tea. We are serving it up. It says here, she doesn't know anything about 1099. All she knows is 6'9". Oh, Lord. Yep, you guys can call in if you want to call in and go in the chat. I'm adding the link in the chat, so you have a link. You can call in.
I also want to say something else, Monica, if I can.
Prostitution is legal in Vegas, but she lives in Colorado Springs now. She's not in Vegas
she
anymore.
did the Cam Soda in Vegas,
right?
But like, I think I could do the Cam Soda from here in New Jersey, and it's not prostitution.
Well, you're an American citizen. It's a little different for her.
Well, listen, if I'm in my bedroom and Cam Soda says, "Hey, John, I'm going to give you $100K to put some oil on you and just and get it on," like, how is that prostitution?
Well, you're an American citizen. You're not working under a work visa. What I'm saying is, when people from other countries come here and they want to work, there's certain criteria that are set forth in those work visas. Is what I mean.
Yeah, you're right. And I honestly don't know about that. So I really, I understand that now. Yeah.
So it might be a little bit, and they have to approve every work visa. They want to know what kind of work you're doing. And I don't think they might be too inclined, is what I'm saying. They might approve that kind of work. You know what I mean?
Do it, Sean. Listen, Cam Soda, if you're listening, I'll get Cody in on this too. Like, we'll oil up both of us. Hey, we'll give you a 2-for-1 special. Hey. Like, I don't care. This is coming from someone with his own OnlyFans account.
I'll get an account to watch you guys. D Venture, thank you so much for the $10. We see you. Someone said here, Krista said she probably is married to Eric right now, and no one knows. Even if she is, she's still getting deported because she's been her whole case has been added to the deport. She's in deportation, in the process of it. Her status is not gray anymore. So even if she gets married, they're still going to deport her. They have to reapply for a K-1 visa. And I don't think they'll get approved, considering that she was here and she's getting married. Because they're going to, they automatically assume INS and these people are very, very strict. And if you keep marrying Americans just to stay here, they get suspicious. So I don't know. I think her goose is cooked, honestly. What do you think, John?
I don't think that they're married. Obviously, we all know how like this world works, and like if Larissa and Eric were married, like all the sleuths would have dug that up by now and posted it. Like, so I honestly don't think that they're married.
Jennifer makes a good point. Farrah was fired from MTV Teen Mom for doing porn. Look at her now. Yeah, unemployed and struck. Yeah.
But Farrah's still a name. Like, I hope that Larissa doesn't go down the track that Farrah went down. But I know that Farrah also made a lot of money off of it.
Yeah, she sure did. I mean, but Larissa has kids. Farrah has kids. Is it worth selling, your soul for that kind of thing? It's permanently out there. Yeah,
for me, no. So I don't know, but that's just me.
I'm gonna add Ja to the chat. Hold on a second. Hey Jay,
Hey, can you guys hear me?
we
Mhm.
can.
All right. I just want to contribute a few little points. So one, so even if she's not working with TLC, they're not going to revoke her work visa. They just want to, even if she's not even working, they're not going to, get her for that. As long as she doesn't file for any state or federal benefits, which means that she'll be living, off the state or the federal government, they don't care. And another thing too is that they don't have to deport her. She can get married to Eric and file for adjustment of status, and then see how that works. Like she would still have to prove that it's a legitimate marriage. She's not just doing like what they call a business marriage to stay here. And as far as a camp soda thing goes, even though, like would look at it and say it's immoral and blah blah blah, as long as like it's not illegal, they're not gonna make like a moral judgment about it. As long as like they go strictly by what the laws and regulations are. So as long as like it's not illegal, that they're not gonna get her for that.
I have a question. So she's currently in what they ICE has placed a detainer, or INS has placed a detainer on her, like
Mm-hmm.
they did to Joe Judice, which
Right,
means that her deportation is underway.
right.
While you have a detainer on you, you mean to tell me you can marry another American and stay here?
Yeah, you can, but it's still gonna be you still gonna have to prove to them that it is illegitimate, and you're not just doing it just for staying here. So and I don't know how easy that would be to prove in her case, because she's so much in the public. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not a foolproof thing that if you do it, but she can do it and file for something that they call adjustment of status.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ja. We appreciate you.
You're welcome, love.
Have a great
I,
night.
mhm.
Have a good evening. Bye.
Thanks.
Okay, so there you have it from someone that understands this immigration process. If Larissa still has it, she has a detainer on her by INS, which means her deportation is underway. But according to Josh, she can still marry another American and file some more paperwork and potentially stay here.
Um, did I say that?
I heard that. You got some kids back there
I
playing
did.
around?
There's like a bar mitzvah going on, like right next to me right now. I'm like trying to mute it out. And it's like,
Oh
oh
my
my
God.
god!
What was that? Is the
It's
ice
just,
cream
I
truck
don't
again?
know. It's just insane. Like I'm like trying to like keep it cool. I'm like, but like, there's some type of like, I don't know what's going on. Go ahead.
Sounds like an ice cream truck. Yeah, so you guys can call in. John, what else do you have to add to this?
I just also wanted to say, like, I these kids are like too much right now. Like, my God, you know, I don't put my neck out on the line for like, anything when I don't truly support it. I swear to God, if these kids' parents don't wrangle them in and like get them in check, I'm gonna bust out this door and do it myself. And like then it's gonna be like a different story.
Oh
I'm
Lord.
sorry. like my God. Like they are just like going crazy. Like there's like a flock of them. Do you hear this? It's crazy.
I kind of hear it a little bit, but it's not too bad.
I don't put myself out there if I don't fully believe in something. And, I have been burned in the past before.
Mm-hmm.
I with cast members telling me things that I posted and like, they may or may not have been correct, a la Ashley. And like, I've learned from my mistakes. So like when I hear something now and before I post about it, I make sure that I see like all the documentation, everything until I'm completely satisfied that, what I saw is
Mm-hmm.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to like point that out, like, because, I also have a lot to lose by posting false information. And that's, I'm not trying to post false information for, fun or whatever, because that'll come and bite me in the ass later on. So, if I'm posting something, regardless of you guys think I'm friends with Larissa or Carmen or Ashley or Devin or whoever else, I look at, what I need to see before I post it. Just wanted to put that out there into the world.
Oh, absolutely. Was anyone questioning anything different about it?
Well, it's like, oh, we don't believe this. We don't know. We don't think so. Blah, blah. It's like
well, I mean, guys, if John is saying it and he would not lie about getting a phone call from a producer. If John is saying it, it's the real deal. He did get that phone call. And Larissa will probably make the announcement in a few days or so. And, then they'll have it. I'm going to add Allison to the chat. Okay. Hey, Allison.
Hello.
Hey, Allison.
Hey. So my opinion is I don't like Larissa. She's just annoying to me. But I mean, I don't really care if she does porn. That do what you do, boo. But I don't think she's any good for the show. I think that her and Eric's relationship is fake. I don't think that he's using her. I think that she's using him. I mean, they're both shady people at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't think that Larissa needs to use Eric.
Well, I think that she's using him like as a chance to stay here. I think that he's another alternative for her. I don't think that she's actually looking for a long-term real marriage. I just don't.
No, and I get that, but Larissa could have still be in Carmen's house right now. You know what I mean? Like living in the guest bedroom, and by her going back, I think Larissa was lonely, and I don't think that Larissa likes being alone and being without a companion. So I think that's why she got back with Eric. And listen, everybody close to Larissa, myself included, told her what are you doing getting back with him? Me.
Well, yeah, because didn't they break up and then him and Colt were?
Yeah, it was ugly.
Out?
It was really, really ugly. Me and I know her friend Heather, who's my business partner with my hand sanitizer. She did not speak highly of him. Carmen kicked Larissa out for getting back with him. So we all said that we don't think it's a good fit, but she said that he makes her happy, that they mended fences, and everybody deserves a second chance.
Well, to each their own. She has to make a dime no matter what she has to do at the end of the day to pay her bills, send money to her children. I get it, but I don't like her on the show, so I'm really cool with her being fired.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you for calling in. Allison, do you have anything else to add?
Nope. I mean, more power to her. I wish her the best of luck.
I agree. Well, you have a great weekend, Allison.
Bye, Allison.
Bye. Oh, she wasn't going to say anything. This, when you called me today with this news, I was in total shock because I was under the impression that Larissa was the bread and butter of the network, right? Of 90 Day Fiance, the franchise. She brings a lot of drama, all that stuff with Colty, and then this stuff with Eric and the deportation. How are they going to fill the void if they, with Larissa being gone?
I'm speculating here, but in my head, maybe they felt like the whole Larissa and Colt and Debbie storyline was done with. You know what I mean? How much more are you going to show about Larissa? And Larissa was filming. She's been filming for next season. Maybe TLC saw what more can we do with the storyline? And with Colt and Debbie, how much more can you see Colt and Debbie licking each other's taint every episode? I mean, what more is there? So Colt's gonna cheat on a whole bunch of other women, right? And then Vanessa will be there in the background trying a blind eye to it, and it'll be just a regular day in the neighborhood for everybody. But you know, and I'm not saying that, you know, Colt and Debbie won't be back on Happily. I don't know that. But like, what more can they do with these three
Exactly.
people? What
Yeah.
more?
No,
Colt's
they
gonna send
can't.
more dick pics out to people. Colt's gonna send
Oh,
more. Colt's gonna send more bourgeois '80s photos that Debbie took of him laying on some bearskin carpet.
oh my God.
And that's it. Like, I mean, this has been the same stuff from Colt for like since he's been on. Like,
Mhm.
I have my corneas are burnt and ruined. I'm like, I am 90% blind
God.
to all the videos I saw of Colt in Provence Delecto with all these women. So, like, you know, like, what more can they do?
I'm going to go ahead and add Jamal to the chat. He has some stuff to add to this. Hey, Jamal.
Hey, so quick question. The only way Larissa can stay here if she gets married, right?
No,
That's not even like a given.
No.
Right.
The detainer has been placed on her case, which means deportation proceedings are underway. Even if she gets married, and I done my research, and according to what they say, even if she gets married, she can still be deported, and she would have to do the whole K-1 visa process all over again. And I doubt they're going to accept her back in this country.
Right.
I don't want to put it out there like that. Like the Larissa's definitely being deported, though. Like, we don't know that.
Well, there's a detainer placed on her. That means deport. Well, all I know is that a detainer has been placed on her case and deportation proceedings are underway. That's all we know. We don't know. It could be 4 years from now. It could be tomorrow. But those are the facts, though, John, that a detainer is placed on her case and the which means detainer means a deportation is underway.
Okay. Because my thing is with her, like, why? It just seems weird that she would do something that she knows goes against her contract. I just don't think she would come up with this on her own.
Yeah. Well,
So
what do you think?
I'm looking at.
What do you think, John?
Oh, sorry.
What didn't she come up with her on her own? Like, what exactly?
Like why would she do? Like, did she not know Cam Soda was a breach of her contract? Was it her idea?
I've heard from other cast members who are on OnlyFans that TLC was less than thrilled when they found out that they were starting their OnlyFans accounts. With that being said, they all got away with it and none of them are in trouble. And like, listen, there are a lot of people on the cast who are on OnlyFans.
Yep.
A lot. It's not just like one or two. I mean, there's a lot. You know, so I'm thinking in Larissa's head, she was thinking, well, everybody else got away with it, you know, and like they're fine, and like, you know, why should it be any difference to me? Like, that's how I would have thought, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
is the only reason they gave her like, look, you're on Cam Soda, you're fired. Is that all they told her? Like, they said bye bye.
I think because Cam Soda is like a bigger thing, and like it's like much more porny. Like, like Monica said earlier, like, OnlyFans is private. You have to, nobody, and you can't repost stuff on OnlyFans because
Gotcha.
it's copyrightable. Like, and that's why people go to it.
I wonder what's gonna happen to their house. Like, what's going on with that? Is it gonna fall?
Monica, these pictures of Larissa you have are like too much. They hurt too much. You're giving us like first season Larissa. Like, that's amazing.
I honestly felt bad for her because like her luck is just gone to the toilet. Like, she cannot catch a break. I'm like, what's going on with you?
I know.
It's like, ditch Eric. We'll find you somebody. Like, you're like super cute now. We'll get you somebody.
How much longer do you guys think that Larissa was going to be able to ride this 90 Day Fiance show out for? Like, at some point, she's going to have to break off and do something else to keep, to keep the money coming in. Like, on top of which, 90 Day doesn't pay anything. So like, she had to make a move sooner or later to keep the money coming into her pockets.
Oh no, I agree, but it's just like you could have just not done something this visible and keep the money in, and then just ride it out. Don't go on stuff that's visible. But I agree with the OnlyFans thing. I'm like, that was my first thought. I'm like, how does Colt still have a job? He out here passing out porn videos and like assaulting people's eyeballs, and OnlyFans with his mama shooting like you said boudoir pics, like Blanche Dubois off of the Blanche Devereaux off the Golden Girls. I mean, come on now.
No, that's true. I can confirm she made $100,000 in 1 hour. That's absolutely correct.
That was in TMZ, you know, and
that's correct.
Also, John, the detainer that I'm speaking of, that's directly from TMZ, and they have INS documents that show there's a detainer placed on Larissa's case, and which means deportation proceedings are underway. But who knows how long that'll take, or if they'll speed it up now that TLC has dropped her. Who knows? You know?
But the good thing, here's the thing. If we're being honest, she's coming out ahead in this. Now she can do all the Cam soda, Cam Fanta, Cam ginger ale. She can do all the beverages now. She's going to be okay.
Yeah, but like, you know,
she's going to be okay.
A lot of this comes with like the fact that she's on this TV show. It's the #1 rated TV show on Sunday nights. Like everybody knows what 90 Day Fiance is. So like a big part of her getting these deals is because she's a cast member on 90 Day Fiance. So will those big offers still roll in?
That's a good point.
You know, that's fair. That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Because that was the grab, right? That was her value.
Right? Like, listen, like, oh my God. The #1 cable rated show on Sunday nights, Larissa Lima from 90 Day Fiance is going to be on our Cam Soda. So next year, when some other Larissa's on the show, and you know people have forgotten about her, like, is she going to get the same attention? No. I mean, that's just how it is.
Good point.
No, that's a draw. Like, that gives me something to think about. I just root for her because she seems nice overall. I just want her to get her circle better and tight because what she got going on now. Monica,
you are the devil. You are the devil.
I mean, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Her nose, I can understand why she got that fixed. I'm sorry. I see it now. It's not to be rude, but it's just like when you look at her now.
No, listen, Larissa was unhappy with the way she looked and she changed it.
Yep.
So
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
She did a good job. Her boobs are a little like a half cup size too big, but she looks great now. And I hope she takes her investments and makes some money off of it because you don't got 90 Day Fiance no more.
I hope she also talks to someone, you know, because this has to be an instrumental amount of stress in her life. The fear of being deported, ICE picking her up last weekend when she's trying to move and trying to improve her life, the breakup with Colty. So she is speaking to a therapist. Is that what you were saying?
Who?
Jamal, you said she is speaking to someone. She's speaking to a therapist.
She needs to. I'm saying she just needs to really evaluate the people she has around her and like remove some people so she can get better. But I think she needs to talk to someone, like, you know, because she has some deep-rooted issues. So
it's a lot of stress, though. It's a lot of stress she's under. I can't even imagine being in her shoes, you know. And now this, like the biggest thing that rose her to public fame has now been taken away. This has to be a devastating blow for her. John, I know you're friends with her. How is she doing emotionally? Is she okay?
I mean, would you be happy if you were her? Like, I mean, like, you know, okay. Like, you know, I mean, I sure wouldn't be. What do you say? Like, you know, of course she's not happy with this, you know?
Yeah. Can't be easy. I can't imagine being in her shoes right now with all the things that she has to deal with. And, you know, people like her or not, she has kids back home in Brazil that she has to provide for, family members that she's providing for. So,
oh Lord, let's see those hate comments rolling right now since you opened that Pandora's box.
I mean, but we also have to remember she's also like she's also supporting Colt and Debbie, the cats, Vanessa. I mean, she's supporting a lot of people. That's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, like she may not want to support them, but she is. So I mean, Colt and Debbie are gone. You got without Larissa, no one like if you really think about in Vegas, no one has a storyline without Larissa, which is a shame.
I know. Yeah, they're all using her. Alaska made a good point. He said, he or she says, Paul got fired and they hired him back a year later.
I don't know anything about that. And I'm buddies with Paul. Paul had never told me once that he got fired and then rehired. So I don't know anything about that. Paul has been on the last, God, the first two seasons of Before, then the other way. Now he's on Happily. When did Paul have the time to get fired and rehired? Because I would love to know.
I haven't heard about that either.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah, that's just interesting. Do you think TLC will eventually realize they made a huge mistake and bring her back?
I think this will blow over. I think this is because she's not. It's not like it's not like she's Jeffrey Paschal and she has like violent crimes. It's like she was trying to get some money. I mean, this will blow over. People will forget. Like, give it one season, it'll blow over. Then they'll bring her back.
I feel like because she was already filming for next season and this just happened, like maybe that production felt like, you know what more are we going to film about her anymore? And maybe this is our out. Let's say she violated the morals clause, which they haven't enacted on anybody else who's doing worse than her, to get her out of her contract and move on from her. Like, I mean...
Hey, John, quick question. Is Larissa the highest paid person on 90 Day?
I can't answer that honestly because I don't know everyone's salaries from Happily. I know that they were making upwards to 70,000 for the season, but I don't know how much other couples were making. So I really can't answer that honestly. I don't think that Tanya and Sinjin were making as much as Larissa. And that goes with Larissa and also Colt and Debbie. Colt and Debbie were making the same money that Larissa and Eric are making.
So because I was just thinking, like, well, if they feel like maybe they can't gain more out of her, why not cut their losses now? And with her salary, they can spread that over two couples.
Don't they have a clause where they all have to make the same thing across the board?
Oh, hell no. Wait, but between who? Like all couples need to make the same wage?
Well, like, for instance, I know for a fact on Southern Charm, they all make the same on that show. They have a clause where no one's paid higher than the other one. They all make the same.
But that's Bravo, Monica. Bravo is way, way better than TLC. And the people on Bravo make head and shoulders more money than, like, the people on Bravo don't need to, like, work. Like, look at Danielle Jabali. She's been on the show for since like day one, and she still works two full-time jobs where she makes minimum wage.
Wow.
And everybody knows Danielle from the show. Like, Danielle's like the queen of 90 Day, you know what I mean? And she still has to work two full-time jobs making minimum wage to keep like her finances going.
That's on her though. I get that. Listen, and I understand that, but like mostly everybody from the show works because they have to. Oh yeah. I completely understand that. But she could be out there hustling, doing all kinds of things to make more money.
But she does hustle. I mean, I think Danielle's a terrible money manager. She has her cameos, and I've seen how much Danielle showed me how much she made. It was like $35,000 like in 1 year. Like just from cameos, you know what I mean? And she has her Etsy shop and her merch and the salary she was getting from like the spinoffs and this, that, and the other. And she can't afford her lot rent. That's $130 a month in Sandusky. So but I mean, like, I'm trying to give Danielle some credit, but at the same time, it's hard because she's horrible with money.
Yeah.
And, you know,
That sounds like a money management issue.
I've been there with
Right,
Danielle.
true.
I'm not trying to dog Danielle because me and Danielle have had our ups and downs. But I will say this about Danielle: she really does work hard, and she doesn't rely on the show to make her money. Where there are other people, I'm gonna kill these kids. I'm gonna give me a rope. I'm just going at that. Like, I don't know where these kids are coming from, but like they just need to go away. You know, David also, you know, the people like, you know, cast members have like a lot of opportunities to make money outside the show, cameo being one of them. Like David Tolo, Danielle, you know, they make a good amount of money off of cameos. David is probably the cameo king. Like David could like buy like a house in like the Swiss Alps with the money he makes from cameo. I don't know why they're living in some like apartment in Tucson or wherever the hell they are. Because they could live a whole lot more nicer from the cameo money alone. But you know, at a certain point, that money dries up, and like you know, maybe people aren't getting as many cameos from you as they used to. But you know, at the same time, like you know, David's on Pillow Talk every week, and Danielle's filming for her spinoff now. So you know.
Oh, wow. Hey, just an interesting question from OST. It's on the screen. She goes, I'm not sure, Jamal, the fake arrest might have something to do with the firing as well. Maybe she couldn't ask some questions they had.
It wasn't a fake arrest. Let me just break this because that's something I also put my neck out on the line for. I don't. Okay, let me phrase this in the best way that I can. I believe, I know that Larissa was detained. Somebody called immigration, right, and said, "Listen, in a not in a crappy way to screw her over." To say, "Oh, Larissa's jumping town. She's gonna bail, and you need to get her because her move with Eric going to Colorado was very public. It was all over the stories, and somebody with an axe to grind against Larissa called INS and said, "You better grab her before you never see her again," and like you know, and I know there was a miscommunication between what happened when Larissa was taken in and what Carmen reported because Carmen was going by what Eric said. And I think Eric, in a frantic, you know, either he was frantic that the love of his life was just being taken away or it was staged. I don't know. But, you know, INS came, they took her in. They brought her in for questioning. She explained what happened, and then they let her go. They said, "Okay, we see what's going on here. You know, that's that." And that's why she was ROR'd. Now, listen, I've seen the paperwork. You don't get released on your own recognizance if you weren't arrested. And like people are using the word arrest, like you know, arrested, like you know, she just robbed a bank, but she was brought in and detained, so she was held there, right? When they take you in, like you can't say no, I'm not going to go. Just say no, we're taking you. So they took her in, right? And she explained what was happening, and then they RR'd her, and that was like the gist of what happened.
Right. That was my understanding as well. And I also got a tip that Eric was the one that called ICE to report the whole thing. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure if it was Eric.
This is just my opinion. This is just maybe an unpopular opinion, but here's what I think what happened. Eric called the little ICE people on her to get her detained for a good amount of time, and he's gonna run off with her money. This is how I feel.
That's exactly what I'm being told. Were you the tipster?
Well, no, it's just like Larissa is impressionable. She really has nobody.
Right.
Eric's been there conveniently, and like you wouldn't think that someone who took care of you after surgery would do this to you. Like in her mind, he will be the last person because they just got back together. He's done all this stuff for her. He's helping her out with her finances. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, he tried to like. Yeah, he was just trying to
She's
get her
making
detained.
hundreds of thousands of dollars and doesn't have a bank account. It's being funneled into his account. And I mean, let's put two and two together. And based on sources that are very close to them, he was the one that called ICE to get her detained for a while. And I guess his hope or his prayer was she would get deported and he'd get to keep all her money.
Yeah, no doubt. Because who else outside their inner circle would know that they're leaving for Colorado Springs that particular day?
Someone
and
that was
where to come
unhappy
get her?
that she was on doing Cam Soda ads.
Mm-hmm.
You think maybe TLC called ICE on her?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks, John. I see you. It's dark, but I got like night vision. I see you. I got you.
I mean,
Very interesting.
Some people really do believe
someone
it.
just got let go by TLC and Sharp, no?
Mm-hmm. I got you. Interesting. It gives you something to think about. Just saying. That's just a shame. Like, how you picking on this little girl? Leave her alone.
Some people really do believe that Larissa wasn't detained and it was all fake and made up. But, again, going back to what I said before, it's illegal to post fake immigration documents.
And why would, exactly, Monica, and why would Larissa, whose biggest fear is to get deported and leave the country, post illegal, she doctored up immigration paperwork from ICE saying she was going to get deported, right? Why would Larissa do that when she was swimming in publicity? She had the Cam Soda ad that she made $100K off in like an hour a couple days before. She had the OnlyFans that was launching. She was the most talked about cast member on the show, whether you loved her or hated her. And why would she need to make up a BS story about her getting arrested? Why?
Well, my thing is, I don't think me personally, I just don't think it was her because she's not the planning type. This is like Pinky and the Brain stuff. This is not stuff she could handle. So that's why I think it's her inner circle. Somebody close to her did this. So I'm with Monica on this one.
Yeah. Eric was involved for sure. She has like close to $1 million in his account. She can't have an account because, again, she doesn't have a green card and she's on a detainer, and his hope, my belief, and what I've been told by a rock solid tipster was that he was trying, like you said, trying to have her detained and held for a little bit of time because he wants to run off with her money. His hope was that they were going to just keep her and deport her. He didn't think she was going to get released that quickly or even get released at all.
I'm with it.
Oh my God, these kids are going to be screaming even louder when I get to them. That's all I'm going to say. Like you need to quit screaming now. Wait till I get outside and really start getting shit going because they want to see screaming. I'll make that happen.
That is insane.
Hey,
John.
That's all I have.
Okay, sweetie. Thank you so much for calling in, Jamal. We appreciate you so much.
Of course.
All right, hon. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday.
Bye, Jamal.
Bye, Jamal.
Yep, bye, John.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
So, John, I'm just still in disbelief and shock. TLC really pulled the trigger on Larissa. It's a wrap, huh?
Yeah, I really, and like I said before, like I would not have, because like I get so much crap for defending. Oh, you're Larissa's friend. Oh, you turn a blind eye to her. You do this, you do that. Listen, I have been down this road with Ashley, and I came up being the fool,
Mm-hmm.
Kat Ander again. Goddamn Kat. Like, can you move in with me? Because like I need you.
Kat, thank you so much for the super chat, honey. We appreciate you. She goes, oh my God, that Eric is evil. Yeah, he's that evil. He's actually gay, but he's pretending to be in this relationship with Larissa. But he would prefer to be with men. And, I just wish he would just be upfront and honest with her and stop using her and taking her down this dark road of pornography and cam sodas and OnlyFans and all this other stuff.
You're gonna get me in a whole lot of trouble, Monica. You really are.
Don't say anything. Say no comment. Say no comment.
That's what I got. Look, I think everybody wants to put the blame on Eric. Now it's your fault. Now it's your fault, Megan.
Yeah.
Can Eric have a big part to do with this? Absolutely. But I don't think that Eric in this case is the antagonist. I think that there are bigger wheels in motion with this. And I find it odd that TLC drops Larissa after this Cam Soda thing, when Stephanie's full out, got fingers inside of her on OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think that there might be bigger people in play at this than just Eric. I think that it might be something that, listen, and I'm going to circle to Devin for a second. So maybe this might click in some people's heads. TLC, right, doesn't want to be associated with cast members who do explicit porn, just like TLC doesn't want to have cast members that are tied to child abuse. Does that make sense to anybody?
Right.
So Devin and Jehoon were not invited to the tell hall because of the child abuse allegations, and because TLC doesn't want that stuff smearing their good name and 90 Day Fiance's name, just like TLC fired Larissa because they don't want porn stars being a part of their brand. And to the people who are saying, well, they hired Grandma Diamond. Yeah, they had him on the show, but everybody knew that Grandma Diamond was a porn star when she came on. Like that was no surprise to anybody. Like, Robert's mother-in-law was, Gammy Diamond, who was a porn star. And, but like we all knew that going into it. Like she said, hey, first episode, I'm a porn star. Come get it. You know what I mean? Something with Larissa that like she's going into porn while she's on the show is very, very, very different. And I hope that people can like pick up what I'm putting down. You know what I mean?
Yep. I follow you, brother.
Stephanie's on because her season's over, and now it's on she's on a horrendous Strikes Back show, which I wouldn't watch if you tape my fucking eyes open with and handcuff me and pay me $1 million. I wouldn't watch that show. I think those Strike Back shows are awful. You don't need to watch them. It's just TLC oversaturating this 90 Day Fiance market because it's their number one show. My problem with Strikes Back is that okay, so you watch the original episode, right? You watch it for 2 hours, and then okay, and then you have Pillow Talk that airs right after it, right? And then you watch the same episode with former cast commentary on what we just watched an hour after the show because TLC thinks we're all so fucking stupid. Sorry. TLC thinks that we're stupid and we can't remember what we just watched an hour ago.
Right.
That's right, right or wrong. If TLC wanted, and I've said this since day one, if TLC wanted to really make Pillow Talk work, you air it on Wednesday or Thursday night after a few days, when you know, we kind of forgot what we just saw, and then we can watch the commentary and say, "Oh yeah, that's funny. Oh yeah, that." But to air that show an hour after it ended, like I just watched this, and like that the cast members on this show are all on IG. They all know what's going on, and every cast member's reaction is fake. It's fake. And I like a lot of the people on Pillow Talk, but you can't tell me that their reactions are fake because they're watching stuff that was filmed almost a year ago, and that's that. So you have Pillow Talk, and then you have Strikes Back, where you have to watch the same episode a third time, where the cast members talk crap about the cast members that talk shit about them in the first place, and the fans on Twitter or Instagram who say you're full of shit. So all in all, you are watching the same episode of 90 Day Fiance 3 times, and no one realizes that.
Well,
Sorry.
It's oversaturation at this point. A lot of people's minds, their emotions are fried. I agree with you. It's way too much, and it becomes ineffective. Like, I don't even watch Pillow Talk. I can't do it.
I can't either.
Too much.
I wouldn't care if Jesus and Mary were on Pillow Talk and they were giving me the real tea. I'd be like, Jesus, like, come on, we just watched that. Like, that's it. Like,
right. And Pillow Talk is a great show. I mean, there's so many funny, cast members on there, but you can't get the full effect. You really can't enjoy it because it's the oversaturation. Our minds, our bodies, everything is just flooded.
And that's that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So you touched on Devin and Jahoon not attending. That was another, big exclusive that was broken this week. They won't be attending the reunion over child abuse allegations. If you guys want to read about that, you can go to allaboutthetea.com. I'll drop a link in the chat, and it gives you all the details about why, behind the abuse and what's going on there. John, is there anything else you wanted to add, or we can add to this?
No, I think I'm good. I really at the end of the day, I'm getting a lot of heat because people just assume that me and Larissa are buddies, which we are. We all know that. I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not gonna lie. But I was buddies with Ashley, and I was probably closer with Ashley than I was any other cast member from 90 Day Fiance for quite a while. And, I got burnt by Ashley really, really hard. So after that, I really kind of changed my ways and started, you know what, John, get all the evidence before you go balls out and say something, before you defend somebody, before you do this. Blame, I was an idiot. We hung out, a lot of bloggers may talk to a cast member here and there, or, but I have real relationships with these people. I've been to their houses. I've hung out with them in person. Me and Ashley hung out every day last summer, so it's different, when you see these people and you really consider them real life friends. It's not an internet friendship. It's something that, I would consider them a friend, I would someone I've known from high school, just that's how it is. So I've really tried to redo how I come about things and post things, and I just want people to know that honestly I would not be saying these things or posting these things unless I was absolutely sure that this was the case. Because I can get in trouble for this at the end of the day.
Right.
And that's that. You can believe me or you can not believe me. You could think Larissa's a piece of crap. You could think she's an angel. But I would not have posted what I posted unless I was absolutely 100% sure what I was posting was accurate.
Well, there you have it, folks. Larissa has been canned, and it's a wrap for her. And she'll likely be deported as well, but we just have to wait and see. All right, John. I am getting tired now. I have to go eat some dinner.
Me too.
You got to go yell at them kids.
Yeah, I do. Those kids are getting a beating. Watch on Reddit. Oh, John Yates beats strangers' kids outside for just dismissing for yelling on his show. You know, that's how I go. That's how
We're
I
just
roll.
joking, folks. We are totally joking. Oh, my goodness. John, listen, folks, we love you all. Thank you for joining us tonight.
And everybody, please join us on our Real Housewives of Potomac recap on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
It's going to be lit, okay? There's that big fight happening between Monique and Candace. But if you want to get the tea before the fight, I did an exclusive blog on the blow-by-blow details of the fight. Go to allaboutthetea.com, do a search under Monique. Whoo, it's a doozy. Okay, Chris Bassett, Candace's husband, actually spilled all the tea in private text messages that I obtained.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's pretty juicy things. Guys, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday to do it all over again. And also check out John's YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to it, please head over to John Yates 327 on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and bang that notification bell, as well as the All About the Tea channel. Hit the subscription. Check off the subscription.
We're tired, Monica.
I know, I'm so hungry.
Now.
and hit that notification bell. Like this video. If you like the content, those likes help us out a whole lot. And we'll see you all back here to do it all over again on Monday. John,
bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye.